But yeah, let's talk about Yamaha a little bit more. And I'll say this, and hey, Reese, you're the professional and all this. A new engine, a different characteristic than they've ever done in Yamaha and stuff like that. If the test was 2 weeks from today, or enough time, do you think Quattraro would have had the same statement on social media? Because it's going to feel different. The revs are going to be different. He just needs time to just get adjusted.
Not really. I mean, I think they adjust. Those riders kind of adjust very fast to their situation. Normally they can adjust, they can figure it out, they can feel the difference. I mean, our guys can jump on something different and feel the difference. Like, quick, fast, and hurry. They can feel different between tires. Like, all right. So I don't know what the whole scenario is. I mean, it's something like Lewis said. I saw it today. There was something saying Quattraro saying that it feels worse. I don't know if that was something that he said or was it a post or whatever. I'm like, all right, maybe it's not. But I mean, if it is, it's not a good look. It's really not a good look if it is. I mean, I know it's a stepping stone and it's just a start, but I mean, you still have time to figure it out and get more into it. But I mean, look, man, the clock's ticking. You're gonna lose your rider.
We've seen in the past riders switch manufacturers, and it takes them a whole season to get up to speed. I know you say these guys get quick, fast, in a hurry, but sometimes we see Bastianini where he's at today versus when he first started on the KTM. Same thing with Maverick and stuff like that. So I mean, do you think that? We hope that he didn't say it, but if he did say it, do you think that's again something that needs to be said, because you still need a little bit of adjustment.
You do, but then that comes down to the two parties working together. From the rider telling the crew chief, and then the crew chief actually implemented to the team to fix it. Because if the rider can't talk to the crew chief and tell him what he was wrong, the crew chief can't fix it. If the crew chief is an idiot and the rider's telling you this and not going to do it, it's like one hand washes the other hand. So it's like the rider's got to learn how to talk to the crew chief and explain what is exactly going on. And now it's like, I got to figure this out on what's going on.
Okay. Lewis, what are your thoughts, man? Okay, TJ, go ahead, jump in.
Oh, I mean,
you had something.
I know everybody's excited to see this V4.
I am,
and it's a big change. I think
I can't wait to see the.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for it's ready for us to ride. I'll let them get the kinks out the way now. But I feel like everyone wants results right away, and I don't think just one test is you're gonna see so much improvement, and it's also a different engine. So Fabio is definitely the one to dial it in, I'm sure. So I just can't wait to see a couple more tests on to see what it can do. But I don't know. I just can't wait. But I was gonna ask the lap times that they're doing now on it, like obviously there's room for improvement. So for Fabio saying that it's slower or feels slower, does that really matter at this stage? Like what do you really want to see or feel when you go out there and test this at this time? Knowing that he busted his ass and pulled out a 137. And then this V4 I think did like a 139 or 38 or something like that. So I mean,
you do know that the inline. You do know the inline 4 makes more power than the V4, right?
What you talking about, Willis?
But
what?
I'm just saying, like, what do they really expect it to be faster at this point going out there? So I just can't wait for them to like dial it in and tune it a little better. So.
I would send a retort to that from Fabio that would say, you guys been developing this bike for about 17 goddamn years now. You telling me you can't come with a better engine? That's as Quattraro, that's what I would say. Like, I've been waiting for this engine since like 2020. And now you guys come with this engine and it still can't even beat the engine I'm on now. How it's going to beat Ducati that's been making this V4 for years now. And they're just going to kick our asses even worse. Like, why are we going backwards? Like, you guys should bring me an engine today that's going to blow my pants off. Not give me an engine, be like, hey, you're going to have to work on this to get it to where my current ship box is at. So I got to go ship box backwards to get to ship box current before I get to ship box forward. Come on.
Hey,
is it just engine and chassis not changed a little? Nothing. Is it literally just they just took the engine and just put it in the same chassis?
No, if you look at the dimensions of the bike, they definitely made some changes to the bike to be able to fit the engine. But even then, I mean, this is things that engineers know how to do and how to still get the same dynamics out of the bike. And Reese will tell you, these guys will show up with an engine that is reinforced so it can hold the stresses of the torsion of the motor. It will show up with a reinforced steering column, a fully adjustable steering head, multiple positions for the swing arm. Like, they just don't show up with a motor and stick it in the old frame and be like, yo, go ride. Like, there's a lot of other development that goes around the bike. But the core of this is the engine. Like, they've been asking for an engine that can compete with the Ducatis and the Aprilias and everybody else that's on the V4s, that's outpowering them down the straightaways because they get more drive out of the corners, because that's the dynamic of a twin type of engine, is you get more low-end torque. So you can get that bounce out of the corner, and that helps you reach that higher top speed because you got that initial bounce instead of like a inline four, which might not get that initial bounce. It has more top end. But what good is the top end if the bike's already 10 bike lanes in front of me when it's time to get to the braking zone? Like, that's the dynamic they're trying to get to. So if he's saying it's worse than what I have now, if that's a true statement, maybe that's just Quartararo trying to push Yamaha to make it even better. Right. Bring me something even better. Like, I need to be competitive today. I can't keep riding at 10 plus just to try to finish in sixth place.
And how much of that is any of that fall back on the test riders they have? I mean, granted, Cal Crutchlow is out of Yamaha now. But we got Fernandez as a test rider. He has less experience in MotoGP than all the Yamaha guys. Does any of that fall on those guys to say, hey, y'all didn't see something, or is it all on Yamaha Corp?
It's probably a combination. I don't think it's only on the test riders. I think it's a combination, because the test riders are test riders because they're not MotoGP champions. They're not perennial at the front winners. They retire and they become test riders, or they can't find a career in GP or World Superbike and they become test rider. I mean, Stefan Bradl was the Honda test rider for years, and he's a very competent rider. He's a top level rider. He never really was the fastest guy in MotoGP, but he could tell you what it takes to be that fast. And then that last 5-10%, the fast guys have to develop that last 5-10%. So I'm sure that they got plenty of data from whoever their test riders are, and we'll see who their new test rider is going to be now that Kyle Crutchlow is out. But
Dovey.
Oh, is it? I mean, Dovey knows how to win. Dovey knows how to go fast.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think he's going to not know how to go fast, and he can give them a lot of data of what they did also at Ducati. But again, they just got to bring the package up to speed. They got to find that extra 5-10%, whatever it's going to take. You can't give a top rider a worse package. You got to give him something at least close to where he's at that he can move forward with.
Anyone else want to add anything to the new Yamaha V4?
I think it's the track. They was at Mugello or something different.
Yeah, but you got to race at every track.
Yeah,
you're gonna make a motor that's only good at one track.
I'm saying it's a test. They're just, I feel like, it's,
no, but this is the perfect time to have a test. The reason you have a test right after a race weekend is you have all the data from the race weekend, and then you can go out there and try these new parts and see how they change the data that's coming back. So they just raced the entire weekend on the inline four. They know what they can do on the inline four. They put the V4 out there, and when they compare the data side to side, you can literally see how much better or worse the inline four is in the different areas. Like, you can go corner by corner and see, hey, the V4 was actually a 10th faster here, but it was a quarter second slower here, or it was this here. And then you see the consistency lap after lap. Is this just that one lap this rider didn't judge the corner correctly, so he's a 10th of a second faster or slower? And then you overlay both data. I mean, there's a lot of numbers crunching behind this. and you try to find what would be the perfect lap on the V4, what would be the perfect lap on the inline 4, and let's find where the differences are and see what we can do now. Let's go back to the drawing board. Let's develop this a little bit more. Let's figure out where we're weak and try to get it up and beyond what the inline 4 is.
Yeah, they're gonna have to. Ain't no going back. I mean, the inline 4 is pretty much maxed out, so this is their saving grace, right? So they're gonna have to develop it now because the test didn't really show much.
Yeah, but and Reese will tell you, like Reese, you'll be the best guy for this. But when you develop a motor like that, you spending millions. You're not spending tens of thousands. This ain't a super sport motor. Motor America is like 18 grand. This is millions of dollars you're spending. And are you spending it just to go racing, or do you hope to one day sell that motor? Because remember, Ducati and Aprilia sell V4s.
Yeah.
Honda,
Right.
Yamaha does not sell V4s.
Because I hear Cowie's trying to make a new motor from what someone told me this weekend, but the problem is it's costing them $2.5 million to make a new motor because, you know, everything is lighter weight, the new crankshaft, the rods, everything is lightweight now, so it's too heavy. So they're trying to figure out one, but it's going to cost them so much money.
Yep.
So, Reese, you're not looking forward to the V4 trickling down to the R1?
I mean, give me an inline 4.
It'll be a little skinnier, you know?
I mean, yeah, be a little hotter too. Be a lot hotter, your balls.
Just the Ducati.
I mean,
Honda V4s don't get hot, man. I had one. They don't get hot.
I mean, but if you can redesign an inline 4, you can redesign an inline 4 and make it have more power than that V4.
Right. So what's the problem with Yamaha then in MotoGP?
Well, I mean, that motor is just there. It's over. It's like the 70s. It just don't have it. You got to figure that out. But like Lewis said, I mean, it's just literally like with the V4, you have so much torque at the bottom, and it delivers the power smoothly and higher than the inline 4. The inline 4 is top end, but like you said, if you're already 12 places behind, by the time I try to catch up to you, what the hell am I doing? I'm not going to make it. I'm missing that level. So you can make more power out of inline 4, but the way the V4 delivers its power, that's where we're at. It delivers its power different.
Yeah. To go to Motor America race 1 and race 2 with Cam on the BMW, they made the bike a little bit slower and he went a little bit faster.
You can see it coming down the back straightaway. But Cam is on, BMW's an inline 4, right. But you can see the power difference, and you can see the power difference with Josh. You can see the power difference. It's there. I mean, I think the top speed was 197. Have we clocked that?
Yeah, something like that. Not bad. Let's talk about Motegi before we get out of here. Is it kind of status quo, Marquez, or is it safe to say he's going to win the championship in Motegi, or possibly could even be stretched out a little bit longer?
No, it's over.
It's over.
He did kind of say in the press conference.
I think the attention is finally slightly on Alex to do good, for these last couple of rounds. And, he's been excited, and, you can see trying to have him bounce back a little bit, but, there's nothing else can do. It's over.
It's over.
So,
I give it up.
Yeah, I don't see Alex winning the sprint and the race, and I don't see Mark crashing out of the sprint and the race. So short of those two scenarios, I don't think it'll go past Motegi. And I think this will be the 4th time or 5th time that Mark actually wins the championship at Motegi. Wow. But this would be the time that hurts Honda the most, because every other time he's been on a Honda, and this time at the Honda official home track, they get to see a guy in a Ducati winning at their home track, which I'm sure that's going to put a little fire under Honda's ass.
Yep, your old guy is out there whooping your ass.
Yep.
And last thing I guess is how should Alex look at this? Because I mean, this is his best season in MotoGP, so it is a win for him finishing. I mean, he still has to finish second, so we don't know. We got some rounds left in I don't know. I don't have the points up in front of me, but it's possible. Anything can happen by the end of it. But it's a good. It's a good year for Alex, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, unless
Bez.
Pekka gonna catch him.
Well, Bez is 11 points behind Pecco, so I think Bez is probably going to finish third in the championship.
Well, that was a given. Pekka can't even finish a race.
Yeah, I think Alex is going to definitely. I mean, he should be real happy. I think he's scored more points this year than he's ever scored in his life at this level.
Mm-hmm.
If he stays on track the way he's at right now, he might actually finish with 400 points, which, in a couple of years ago, 400 points, you would have been MotoGP champion with 400 points.
Right.
So I think he should walk away, with his head held high. I mean, the dude came out of nowhere. Nobody expected him to be in the positions he's in. Nobody expected him to do as well as he did this year. He's the one that's got nothing to lose because nobody expected this of him, He's got zero pressure on him. He goes and rides. He does well, and everything's great. But I don't see the championship again going past this weekend unless it's a crazy freaky Fridays.
Wasn't it raining with Davi and Lorenzo on the Ducati and Mark out there?
It does. I will say this: it does rain pretty often at Motegi.
But I still don't doubt that Mark will throw it down a tube.
And even if he does, then he'll just win it the following event. I mean, he's just so far ahead. I mean, he's already broken the points scoring record with still 5 rounds to go. And I think somebody said this, that he has the opportunity to possibly exceed 600 points in a season, which would be
unheard of.
Yeah, which would be like almost 100 points more than last year when Martin set the record at like 506 points or something. Like that.
507, I believe.
Yeah, so that's crazy, dude. Like 600 points. It's going. I don't see that happening again for a long time. 600 is a lot of points, man.